All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another live Pin the Gas podcast. And it's an absolute honor today to sit down with Colton Shafer, DC10 Racing and Moto America Talent Cup. Colton, welcome to the podcast, my friend.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Listen, the honor is absolutely all mine, my friend. I seen you at Atlanta, and I told Doug this when I approached him that every time I come by there, you was always busy, and I didn't want to interrupt, right? So obviously, I had to reach out to you and say, Colton, let's sit down and have a chat on the podcast. And here we are. And ever since then, dude, I've been super excited. You, my friend, are absolutely talented. I watched you at Road Atlanta. You got a lot of talent. You come from flat track racing too as well, which we'll get into. Mm-hmm. But welcome to the podcast, Colton.
Thank you. Yep.
Love it. Yeah, let's go. All right, so Colton, we got a lot to talk about. There's actually a lot of people already watching this right now. Don't be nervous, right? We're gonna have a lot of fun. Listen, where did your journey begin on two wheels, Colton? Where did it all start for you?
It all started at a birthday at 3 years old. My dad got me a KX50, and I learned on that with training wheels for a while. And my brother rode. My dad always rode, so it's already been in the family for a little while, and so just kind of started on that. And then we took the training wheels off, and then we ended up M50, and I was around 4 years old at that time. And I was doing motocross. I started at motocross. I did a lot of moto when. So first race was a motocross race in Tulare, and I don't know. I think I ended up like sixth or something like that. But we started with first time.
Six. I mean, that's pretty good, Colton.
Yeah. It was a small race, and then after that, we were doing a barn burner race in. Chowchilla barn burners used to be a big thing, and I ended up breaking my wrist. So that was at 6 years old. Broke my wrist, came back, and we met Cage Tadman at a race not too long before I broke my wrist, and we gave him a backup bike because he blew his up. So he hit us up and told us about this flat track race, and then we did that. I didn't do great. I'm used to searching for ruts at that age. I wasn't used to just laying it in there. So, I struggled with it, but I did love it. I loved going fast and sideways. And I did that. And in 2018 on a Cobra 50, I did my first national, and I won it. I won my first national for flat track. Yeah.
Bro, let's go.
That was my first national title right there. And we went back the next year again on 50s, and I won another one. Or I think I won another one. And then I got one on 65s. I have one on 85s. I have 350 titles, a 65 title, and an 85 title. I have 5 national titles right now. And so we kind of stuck with flat track, trained hard all up to about 12, 13. Cross training, all that stuff. And then about 13 getting into 14, we did Speedway. And we were doing Speedway a little bit, and we met the Martins, Martin brothers, Alex and Sterling. They're big Speedway racers back here. And we did that, and then we kind of got out of it. It wasn't as great as we thought it was, but I had fun with it for sure.
How was the transition from flat track to Speedway? Was that pretty difficult, or was it?
It wasn't too bad, actually, because I had the mindset of holding it wide open and just keeping it sideways. So Speedway wasn't too hard of a transition. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my time on it. It was fun, but it wasn't something I was really passionate about. It was more of like I just do it for fun. And so then we went back to flat track and just kind of focused on that. And then we got the call from Doug asking if we wanted to try road racing. And, now we're here trying to make the transition, Talent Cup, doing that. So that's where we're at right now.
How exciting was it when you got the call from Doug Chandler to come road racing?
I was so stoked. It was something I've been wanting to do since I was younger, but I just never really had the opportunity for it. So when he called and asked if I wanted to do it, I was beyond happy. It was quite the call.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of Doug Chandler for a long, long time. He couldn't be with any better company. For real. He's obviously, he come from flat track racing,
Mm,
raced for the world, 500 GPs, blah 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 blah. Everybody knows the history. Well,
yeah.
the newer generation don't, right? But yeah, I think it's amazing. Uh, Tell us about the transition from flat track to road racing. Is that difficult?
That this is one of the hardest transitions I think I've faced throughout my whole career. It's been difficult trying to learn the new roads, the new surfaces, new body positioning, new bikes, new everything. Everything's new. So the transition has been really difficult, but I think right now I'm starting to get more comfortable on the Talent Cup bikes and more used to what I'm doing, and I'm starting to enjoy it a lot more. At first, it was a really big struggle, especially at Coda. Coda was a big struggle, but from Coda to now, I've made a lot of progress, and there's a ton of progress to still be made. But as of right now, I feel like I'm in an okay spot, and but the transition has been really difficult.
Yeah, I mean, it's. Tell me your first experience, the first time riding the Talent Cup, the race bike. Coming from flat track, you're like, "What is this thing?
Yeah,
What am I supposed to do here?"
yeah, first experience was at Koto with MotoGP, and it was amazing. The MotoGP guys are really cool, and those bikes are quick. It was a great experience. First time on the bike, first practice out, I was like, "What am I doing? What am I doing out here?" I was lost, but I sat down. We talked with Doug a bunch that weekend about what I could do, what I need to work on, and how I could be better every time I go out. So that weekend was a big learning weekend for us, especially on those bikes. It was my first time on that bike, and it was just a big learning curve, especially from my practice bike to the actual race bike.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what type of practice did you do leading up to your first Talent Cup race?
We went to 4 track days on an RC390. So we were starting to get close, and I haven't really been on the road yet, so we picked up an RC390 to learn on, and I did about four track days on that, and then we loaded up the van and took off to Coda for our first race.
GP, let's go. Right, Coda. Listen, Coda is a beautiful track. It's one of those. All tracks are like this. You see it on TV. It don't do it no justice till you show up there. I
Yeah,
mean, going up that hill up into turn one, it's a hill, right? It's like Laguna Seca. I went there in 2005 when MotoGP first come back, and you see it on TV. Yeah, it looks steep, it looks cool, but when you're there in real life and you're looking up, you're like, yeah,
yeah.
that's a hike right there. Coda's a beautiful track. What did you think about Coda?
I thought Coda was awesome, and the fact that we're going back there, I'm really excited for. I'm excited to see the progress we made. I'm excited to see how much more I can make before the round. The facilities, it's great. I mean, the track, it's fun. That back straightaway is so long on those little bikes. You know, I think Kodo is a really good learning track, or a good track to start at, because it showed me what I need to work on and a lot of stuff I'm struggling on. So I think Kodo is a great track. I loved it.
Yeah, I think it's an amazing track, and you're just beginning in your road racing career, and often talk about how important the puzzle pieces are, and everything's got to come together in order to make up the whole sum of the picture, right? Which is your career, and you've got a lot of important puzzle pieces falling into your place. Like I said, I watched you at Atlanta, man, and you look really good out there, Colton. You look more relaxed than you did in Coda for sure, 110%.
Yeah.
Because now it's your second race. So talk to me about, flat track events, it's racing, it's fun, it's exciting. It's absolutely insane racing. It really is. But Moto America is a completely different, what I always call the beautiful circus, right? So it's completely different to the flat track circus, right? What was your experience like the first time, obviously at Coda, the Moto America schedule? Was that a big adjustment for you?
Yeah, it was. They have minute by minute stuff, and they actually stay on time, which is really odd compared to what I'm used to with flat track. Flat track's just kind of over the announcements. They tell us when they're starting to practice, heats or mains, and you just kind of follow the heat race order that you get, or the main order that you got, or practice order. But Moto America was super put together from the rounds that I've seen. They do everything pretty on time, if there's not red flags or anything like that, but they're really on schedule, and everything's really professional looking compared to most of the flat track races I've been to. But I also haven't been pro yet in flat track for AFT, so I don't know what their schedule looks like too much. But from what I've seen with flat track compared to Moto America, Moto America is definitely more professional than I was used to.
So are you planning on doing both flat track and road racing? Are you going to just focus on road racing, or?
As of right now, we're going to be focusing on road racing, but we still have the flat track bike, and it's good cross training. So we'll still be doing some flat track rounds. I mean, I could get my pro license in about a month here, so I think I'm going to get my license and run the California rounds that they come for and do those. But other than that, we're mostly training and focusing on road racing.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of, obviously, of flat track, and I think it's a really great way to train for road racing. Obviously everybody likes motocross too, right? It's a great way of training. But flat track, motocross too, you're always losing the front, losing the rear, trying to find that grip, moving your body to forwards and backwards and stand up, all that stuff to find the most grip, all that fun stuff. And then when you do get on the road race bike and you start going fast and your front starts sliding, or you might get a little front tuck, it's muscle memory, right? Yeah. So you don't freak out, and then the tuck, the front folds, and you're just out. Maybe you might be able to pull Mark Marquez and save it. and not be intimidated by it. Yeah, absolutely. But one thing, I showed Colton this. I'm gonna show you about it. So this is my original Chandler helmet that I bought in 1996, 97, can't remember. But met him at Phoenix International Raceway, had him sign it, got clear coat. I told Doug the story, and it smeared. I was mad, and then had him sign it again. So yeah, man. Again, dude, you're in the best hands possible. 110%, especially because you both are from the flat track background, and you're getting a road racing, and he's an absolute legend on two wheels. So yeah, man. So let me ask you this, Colton, coming into your first season of Moto America, did you have any certain expectations that you set for yourself?
The only expectations I had for myself was to get better every time I went out and just keep on progressing and learn more on the bike. But other than that, I didn't have too much of a goal set for me. I just want to stay with the backpack at least, and just learn as much as I can, racecraft, body positioning, everything. That was the main goal, is just learn as much as you could.
Yep. The first year being a learning year, and the next year go out there and win that championship. Yeah, I love it, dude. I love it, dude. I want to get to a couple of these comments. We got Shelly Gardner. She says, "That's my cuz. Let's go, Colt. Let's go." That's right. Thank you so much, Shelly, for tuning in. And then we got Go Bus with a heart emoji. Thank you, Go Bus. Do you know who Go Bus is?
That might be one of the kids I go to school with.
Okay. Let's go. Thanks again for tuning in, my man. And we got Ezreal Z1M5C, strong man. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Let me ask you this, flat track road racing it's very mental, right? Flat track is a lot of mental too, in flat track side of racing as is road racing.
Yeah, flat track is a real big mental thing. You can't get distracted by too many things. Like, especially before a race, you need to be really locked in on what you're gonna do. You have to have a game plan, and it's the same thing with Moto America. But at the same time, I think with Moto America right now, I'm not feeling too much pressure. But it does take a lot just to be able to focus, and yeah. I think they're kind of even on it, honestly.
Yeah. I would imagine that they would be. So for everybody listening that's never been to a Moto America race, run us through your typical Moto America race weekend versus your flat track weekend, right? Because they're similar, but they're absolutely different too as well.
Moto America, you It's always time differences most of the time, besides the California round. Yeah, you probably wake up around 7 o'clock their time. Definitely drink a lot of water throughout the day. Gatorade, Powerade, all that stuff. Uh, Eat healthy, definitely. Stay healthy throughout the day. Eat stuff light. I have to. I can't really eat anything heavy before riding. So fruit, protein bars, stuff like that. Bananas, strawberries, just stuff like that. And it's honestly the same thing with flat track. Almost it's just water, Gatorade, a lot of fruit, bananas help with arm pump and stuff. Yeah, it's honestly the same. Prepping for the road bike is a bit different with the gear, making sure your knee pucks are in the right spot or visors all clean and stuff like that. With flat track, it's just making sure goggles are clean, helmets clean, you know that stuff. But the prep's almost exactly the same.
Do you have a certain ritual you do? Well, I always call it preparing for battle, right? Like Leonidas and the Spartans are getting ready to go out fight the 10,000 Persians. You're going to go out there and battle, 14, 15 kids out there in the talent cup, right? So do you have a certain ritual you do? Like put your left boot on before your right boot, things like that, listen to certain music, jumping jacks. You have a routine you do?
Big, not really. I just kind of every time I go out, I try and stretch my legs because the first lap for Moto America is a big one, because you're a little bit more stiff than you are when you're at the end of the race.
Yeah.
So you can stretch a lot. I don't have a specific way. I do normally put my right glove on first. I have noticed that. I always do the right glove first. You know, I like how Moto America, Chaplin, I think is his name. Uh,
Mark.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do a prayer before we go
Yeah.
out, and I do like that. I enjoy that. Also try and memorize the track in my head. Try and I remember markers and everything, and try and go through a lap in my head, and kind of make sure I know where everything's at.
So when you're coming up to a race weekend and you're learning, obviously all these tracks are new to you, right? And back in the day, we didn't have YouTube or well, we had PlayStation, but they really didn't have a lot of the uh, U.S. racetracks until I think the Tourist Trophy TT back in the day.
Mhm.
Um, but how do you start? Obviously, YouTube. You watch a lot of YouTube videos on the upcoming tracks, and obviously do a track walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess before a new race weekend, which now typically is the track I haven't been to. It's a lot of YouTube. I have the cycling bike behind me, so I'll prop that up and cycle while I watch the races. So a lot of YouTube. When we're actually at the track, I run the track. I kind of find markers and make sure, kind of know where everything's at. Little digs in the pavement or something off the track that I could look at, so I know where I'm going. But yeah, the main thing is just watch a lot, like Super Sport, Superbike, Talent Cup, all classes. I don't just stick to Talent Cup. Try and watch every class and see every little thing they're doing. Maybe it's different. Maybe it might be better or worse. You never know. Just a lot of watching YouTube and doing a good track walk before we go out for practice.
Oh yeah, track walk's absolutely super important because then you get to see the little dips and the bumps that you don't see obviously on YouTube because they're going 150 plus miles an hour, right? So you don't get to see that, but when you're out there walking it or running it or riding a mountain bike or whatever it is on it, you physically see it, right? And
Yeah.
then you can picture in your head, hey, I noticed on YouTube, or watch the video on your phone as you're walking the track or cycling or whatever, right? It makes it, that's when those puzzle pieces start to come together. Then when you first go out there on your first out lap, it all comes together.
Yeah.
And then you start pushing yourself and going faster and faster and faster and faster. Well, let me ask you this. What do you think your strongest aspect in road racing is right now?
Strongest aspect. I want to say not being scared when the bike is moving underneath me. That is one thing I have taken from flat track and put into road racing that has helped me a lot. Is when the bike moves, I'm not freaking out about it. I'm not getting real stiff. I'm able to stay loose and kind of go with the bike. That is one strong strong aspect I think I do have is not getting scared when the bike moves.
Yeah, I mean because flat track it's constantly moving, right? which is why it's great, practice again for road racing.
Yeah, yeah.
So man, I mean, Colton Talent Cup first year, road racing, kind of a little bit Cody Kopp-esque kind of story thrown kind of in the deep end on from flat track to road racing. Listen, I think it's great. I always said that flat trackers would be good road racers. Same thing as motocross guys. I think they would get with it. Give somebody 6 months, and they would be up there for sure, right? So you listen. We got a couple more rounds left. What tracks are you most exciting to go to? I think you guys are coming to VIR, which is my home track, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
Yeah. We go to VIR. We go VIR. We have New Jersey. We go back to Dakota, and then I think we have the Ridge and Laguna. I think those are our last 4 rounds.
Yeah, the Ridge is the track I always wanted to go to. I ain't made it out there yet, but I will. It's an awesome track. Jersey, I go there every year. VR, of course, is my home track, so you're gonna love. Have you ever been to VR?
I have not. Nope.
You're gonna love it. I'm not gonna get none of it. It's a great track. It's a rider favorite and a fan favorite. Meaning that Colton. So obviously, you've been to several road race tracks, and you notice that some tracks you go to, a fan can show up and actually walk everywhere within a pretty decent distance. And there's other tracks you show up to, if you don't have a little 50 to get around, or a scooter or a moped, it's like you got to drive a car just to see other parts of the track, right? VR is a track where everything's close together. You really don't need a vehicle to get around it to see everything. So you're gonna love it, dude. It's gonna be a lot of fun, man. Yeah, absolutely, man. So obviously you're with DC10 Racing. What's it like working with Doug?
Working with Doug has been great so far. He's got a lot of knowledge with all the racing, all types. So being able to sit down with someone and they have a lot of knowledge, and you can ask them whatever you want and they'll have an answer for it, has definitely been nice. He's quiet at first, but once you get to know him, he's funny. He's a good guy. I like him as my mentor, and I really do look up to him. And I think it's great that he's picked me up. I mean, it's a great opportunity, and I've really appreciated all he's done for me so far. I mean, working with Doug has been amazing. One of the best experiences I've had.
Yeah, I've always said that. To me, being a fan, dude, he's always, soft spoken, always smiled, always gave the pictures and the autographs, but really didn't talk a whole lot, right? And then you got, his buddy Steve Kirby, which I just had on the other day, where he's just blah 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 straight off the jump, which is fun. But Doug, Steve did say you were one of his favorites. You and Tommy 8 said you were his favorite competitors and riders. So you now you're into road racing. Do you watch MotoGP or BSB or the Isle of Man TT or anything like that?
I have been watching a little bit of MotoGP, a couple rounds. I've been mostly sticking with Moto America, watching old rounds, even these past rounds this year. Yeah. I mean, I do try and watch a little bit of everything, motocross, flat track. I watch it all. So, I mean, whatever's really playing on the weekend or whenever something's going on is what I'm watching.
Yeah, you sound like me. I don't watch any other sports but those two wheels, except for I do watch soccer. I'm a soccer fan, so I do watch soccer. Everybody go ahead, laugh, make fun of me. It's fine. It's okay. People have been doing it my whole life. When I say I like soccer, they're like, what? That is the real football, people. That's the real football, not American handball. It's real football, soccer. Anyway, yeah, love it, man. I love it. And dude, your birthday's coming up. Your birthday is July 9th, so happy early birthday, my friend. Congratulations. Yeah. What are you gonna do to celebrate?
Celebrate. We might go camping, go fish or something. I love fishing. That's one of my hobbies outside of racing. So. Yeah, something like that. I mean, I like hanging out at the lake or something, So.
What else do you do besides fishing? You like mountain biking, stuff like that? Or?
Yeah, mountain biking, basketball. I'm on a cross country team, so I do a little bit of everything when I'm not on the bike. I mean, two wheels has always been my love. But, when I'm not on two wheels, fishing, basketball, running, hanging out with friends, family, camping, anything, I love it.
I think it's important to have other hobbies besides just your main hobby, right? Because it if you're I don't want to say in a dark place, but if things ain't going well on two wheels, you can pull away and go fishing and catch some bass, smallmouth, largemouth, well, whatever it is, right? Have fun and just get away and then come back. It's like a refresher, right? And it's like, okay,
Yep.
let's go at it again and do it. Dude, I love fishing too. I used to do a lot of smallmouth bass fishing out here. I live in Roanoke, Virginia. So there Blue Ridge Mountains. I mean, the Parkway, there's rivers and everywhere around. I like going to the river, but one of my buddies taught me was catching mad toms, right? I shouldn't even, it's illegal to fish with them, right? But they're little baby catfish. They're about this big. You catch them and you put them on a hook, dude, and you will slay the bass. It is absolutely insane. So go out there. I do like doing that. But then I went deep sea fishing. Went out on a boat, me, my dad, a couple of my uncles, and two of my cousins. And I caught a 500-pound blue marlin. I actually got a plaque. I got a citation. I got all that, right? And then I go back to the river and I'm fishing again. I'm catching these smallmouth and I'm like, this is not the same. It's not the same, Colton. It absolutely ruined my freshwater fishing. Do I enjoy it still? Yes, but bro, it's not the same.
That is one thing I would like to go do is deep sea fishing. It seems so cool to me. I definitely want to. I will definitely get out and have to do that sometime when I get a chance.
It hits you when you're out there and you're 60 miles out, and everywhere you look, you don't see nothing but water, and you're like, "We're out here." Like if something was to happen, like you're out here, right? Listen, you should do it. I recommend it to everybody. It's absolutely an amazing experience to go out there. We caught that and a bunch of mahi, which is dolphin fish too, which is one of my favorite fish. So it was a lot of fun. You should do it, man. Just be aware next time you go smallmouth or carp or catfish. Catfish, they put up a big fight, but when you go out there and you catch little 4 pound smallmouth, it's big bass, but you got there and it's not the same. Even though your pole's like this, and you're like, yeah, it's a cool fight. You're like, yeah, it's not because when you're sitting in that chair and you feel the power of that fish, and you got the seatbelt, you're all strapped into this chair, right? And the pole strapped in. It's hard to put into words and explain the emotions and the power. It was I fought it for over 2 hours. I was completely wore out. I was ready to just go to sleep. I just want to take a nap. That's all I want to do is take a nap, right? I can't because the swells are high and the boat's doing this.
Yeah.
Fun times, man. Fun times. I like to go floating too. That's something in the sit on top kayak. We go out and go floating, stuff like that. So listen, Colton, you get ready to turn 16 years old. Obviously you're still in school. Do you go to public school or you do everything online?
As I just finished my sophomore year, I was in public school. We're not too sure if we're gonna go homeschooled yet or not, but it's definitely been something we've been thinking about, just so I can get out and train more, and I'm not losing time of training, and because online school I feel like is a bit easier. It's less time out of your day, so you have more time to go work out and run. So I think online would be cool, but I mean I do like public school. I mean having to be able to socialize with everyone is great. I mean that is one thing I would miss if I did go online, is socializing with friends and everything like that. But I mean, it might be something I might have to switch into, and we've been thinking about it.
It's a double-edged sword, right? Yeah, it's cool to go to school and see all your friends and socialize, but it's on the other side of that sword is, yeah, I can do 2 hours and knock out what I need to knock out. Then I can run and train and go ride bikes with Doug and yeah, because seat time is the most important thing, right? Seat time, you got more comfortable feel on the bike. The faster you go, the harder you're going to push it. Blah 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 blah. Right? All those good things. So, let me ask you this, Colton. What is your future goals in racing in general, whether it's flat track or road racing? What does Colton want to get out of this sport?
Future goals. I mean, one big goal I have for myself is be able to make a living off of road racing. I mean, I definitely plan on sticking to road racing a lot more than I do flat track. Flat track would just be a here and there thing, but big goals is I want to I want to win a Talent Cup championship. Hopefully, I can get there next year. We're training hard this year and working towards it. Just make it to super sport, super bike. I think that'd be definitely cool. Even Twins Cup being top three would be great for me. I'd definitely be proud of that. But I mean, I'm always searching for a win, no matter when it is. I think next year, hopefully, I could be fighting for that top spot.
Listen, Colton, I say this to all my friends. Whatever visions and goals you have on two wheels and in life in general, bro, I hope you achieve them 10 times over, 110%.
Thank you.
And dude, you'll make it. Dude, before you blink, yeah, you're gonna be winning races and you'll be moving up to the next step, which is Twins Cup, or you might just go straight to Super Sport. I don't know. Either way, you're gonna do it, right? I'm a big believer in it. You put it out there in the world instead of saying, "Well, I'd like to do this." No, this is what you're gonna do, right?
Yeah.
This is what you're gonna achieve. This is what you're gonna win, right? So, yeah, you put it out there, it'll come.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to put in the work.
Yeah, that's the main thing. You got if you want to achieve something, you got to keep working at it. You can't.
You got to. No, you can't. You can't, right? Because it's like think of your competitors right now in Talent Cup, right? I mean, you got Nathan Galker. I mean, he's a freaking weapon, right? And you got Kinsey, right? I mean, it's a hard fight. So it's a stacked class, right? But in my mind, it's like you got to want it more than they want it. You got to train harder than they train, right? You got to, rolling in and, bro, you got this.
Yeah, thank you.
You got this. I mean, yeah, look behind you. Look at all the number one plates you got up there already. Look at that. Yeah, let's go. I don't have any plates. Well, the only number one plate I have is Cameron Bobier's front is off his bike right there. That's the only number one plate. I never won a race. The best I ever did in my racing, I want to say, career was I got 7th place. I actually found my first road racing license in 1999. Look at that, CCS, which is now Ezra. Yep, back in 1999. Wow. I was trying to find all my road racing license. This is the only one I managed to find for some reason. They're around here somewhere. But yeah, love it, dude. Love it. Listen, you got a long career ahead of you. You're just starting. You are with, like I said, a legend of the sport. I think it's an absolutely amazing team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been a pleasure to be on this team so far, and I mean, I think we can make some great things out of it. Doug is one of the best people to be with for sure, and I'm so thankful I'm on a team with him. And just being able to ask whatever for racing, and him having so much knowledge to be able to tell me what I need to work on, and even training days with him riding with me, it's so much. It helps me so much because he's just able to tell me, well, you're not getting off the bike enough, or you could push it harder here, or maybe back it off and then get on it sooner, or apex it different. It's all these little things that's definitely gonna add up, and that's what he's told me so far is my lines and everything is good. I just got to be able to do everything quicker. So I'm definitely, it's a pleasure working with him, and this team's great, amazing.
Yeah, it's again, it's the small little puzzle pieces I keep talking about, right? That falls into place. So, for those that don't know, who's all on your team? Who's your mechanic? Like, who's everybody on your team?
It's Doug, my dad, Austin Skaggs. We have Chris Carter, Wayne Rainey helps us out. We got a couple people, and I'm thankful for all of them. They're great, amazing.
I mean, another legend, Wayne Rainey, right? That's all you got to say. There you go. You got 2 legends in your corner helping you out. Yeah. I love it, man. I love it, Colton. Man, listen, it's been an absolute honor to sit down and hear about your career and how you got to where you are in the Talent Cup and in the future, man. Your future is absolutely bright, Colton. You will 100% be a champion. You already are.
Thank you. Yeah.
You already are a champion, right?
Yeah.
So 110%. One thing I do tell us something we don't know about Colton Shafer.
Something you guys don't know about me. Well, when I was younger, I did soccer, baseball, all the little sports, and one thing you don't know about me.
Are you a good karaoke singer?
I'm not. I have a terrible singing voice. That is one thing you guys probably don't know because I don't sing in front of everybody but myself.
Me
or,
too.
or
Well, I can't say that because I do like karaoke. When we go out, we sing karaoke. I'm horrible at it, but it's fun, right?
yeah, yeah.
It's fun to do. So, which brings me, if me and you were going to sing a karaoke song, what's the song we're going to sing, Colton?
Song we're gonna sing. I like country. I like older country. So I'm gonna go. A good karaoke song is "Straight Tequila Night" by John Anderson.
It's a good song too, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely good song. Did you have any animals, cats or dogs?
We just got a new dog. So we had one dog. Her name's Rosie. She's getting a little older, and then we picked up a mini schnauzer. He's a boy. His name's Cash with a K. So we have two dogs.
I love it. Yeah, I got two dogs. Uh, a brain fart. Princess Fiona. We got her. She was 13 weeks old. She'll be 2 in September, and then we just got one. His name is Bear. Bear is a, let me think, Lab Weimar. I always mess that breed up. Mix. He's a dude. He's not a real big dog, but it's not a small dog. Colton, as soon as you sit in a chair or wherever you are, he just jumps in your lap, puts his head. He's a lover, right? Fiona's a little princess, so she prance around. She loves you when she wants to love and get touched. Other than that, she just wants to do her thing, right? Yeah, I'm a huge dog lover. One of my dogs passed away a year and a half ago, so I got the Snoopy tattoo. His name was Cruz, so I had to do some. Yeah, animal lover for sure, 100%. What's your dream bike?
Dream
What would be
bike.
your dream flat track bike?
Dream flat track bike. I always thought the twins were really cool, but I want to take it back. 2008, where the Hondas were carved. I want to build one of those. I want a carved Honda. Those would be cool. That's what I want to bring back. And I think that'd be sick for sure.
You just said something that most everybody's probably like a car. What is that, right? What is a carburetor? Yeah, dude, listen, I agree, man. It's just something about a car bike that just sound different. The when you got them dialed in and set up just right, that throttle connection to the rear tire, it's just, dude, it's seamless. It's absolutely
Oh yeah,
amazing. So
yeah.
yeah, man. I love it, dude. I love it. Let me ask you this. What's your worst habit? Mine is procrastination with certain things like laundry, right? Because yeah, I do my own
Yeah.
laundry, so yeah, I procrastinate on that.
Worst habit. I do procrastinate a little bit. I'll be honest about that. Another bad habit is when I'm racing. I get too antsy sometimes and make mistakes. That's another bad habit I have. Um, you know, I keep my room clean. I try my best to do that. That's not too bad of a habit. Bad habit. I do leave rags on the ground. That is one thing I will say is a bad habit, and I'm getting there to fixing it. Don't worry, but
You sound like my son. He leaves everything everywhere, clothes, whatever it is. I'm like, bro, pick it up. What are you doing? He's like, yeah, I'll get to it. 30 minutes later, still, yeah. Anyway, dad problems over here. Yeah, I procrastinate on certain things too. And what you said just about riding a second ago, man, all that, dude, that's stuff you're going to learn, right? Again, those are little important puzzle pieces that are just going to fall into place and it's just going to become easier. And next thing you know, you're going to be like, dude, I just shaved 2.5 seconds off my lap and I don't even know what I did different, right? And knowing what you did, whether it's crash, why did you crash, right? So you learn and you know why you crashed, right? So you learn from that mistake and you move forward. All those, again, it's just important puzzle pieces. As you progress and get faster, you're going to push harder and, you know,
yeah,
uh, mis- mistakes will happen. It's part of learning anything in life. Did you can put that to anything in life, right? So um, let me ask you this. I listen to a lot of audiobooks. I do read. When I do read, it's motorcycle shop manuals for like my RC51 or my 848 Ducati or Seraph 100, whatever, right? But I'm a big audiobook guy, so I listen to a lot of audiobooks. Is that something you do too as well?
I haven't really listened to much audiobooks. I mean, in school we had to read, and I preferred audiobooks over regular books. But other than that, I don't really read too much. I can't sit still for long. I think that's a problem of mine, is trying to sit down and focus on one thing for probably an hour and a half. After so long, I get like antsy and start moving around and shaking. So that is one thing I will say. I don't read a whole lot, only when I have to, or if it's like assignments that I'm reading for. That's about it.
He says, I read in school. Yeah, well, of course, right? You got to read in school,
Yeah,
man. Colton, that's hilarious. Oh, well, it's like that with me. It's I can't sit down and just read this book. Like when I drive to a lot of Moto America races, I do a lot of events for
yeah,
Azure when I announce on their live stream. So when I'm driving 6 hours or 8 hours, yeah, audiobook, right? Boom,
oh
put
yeah.
it in, listen on the journey. That and podcasts, right? I listen to a lot of podcasts too as well. Is that something you do too? Is listening to podcasts
I
or?
do listen to some podcasts. Yeah. Yep.
What podcast can you recommend to anybody listening?
I think it's Off the Groove by Scotty Dubler. It's about
Mhm.
flat track and stuff like that. So he
I
talks
listen
about a
to
lot
it.
of riders there. So
Yep.
that is one I definitely do listen to quite often.
Yeah, yeah, I listen to that. I listen to all kinds. Joe Rogan. I mean, there's a lot of podcasts I listen to.
There's
Road
so
racing too, of course. One book I do recommend for everybody listening to this is obviously I got every road racer that has an audio book. Doug, we're waiting on a book from you. We need a Doug Chandler book. One book I do recommend is John Hopkins Leather. Man, it is an absolutely amazing book. They're all amazing, but yeah, Hopkins is a really good book. So next time you go on a road trip, Colton, and you guys are 6-7 hour drives in, man, you got some time. Just throw your earbuds in, man. Play the book, man. It's one of those where you're just like, dude, I got to listen to the next chapter. I got to listen to the next chapter. It's really, really good.
you know,
Absolutely good. Are you a spicy food type of
spicy
guy?
food. Yeah, I do. I do like spicy food. That is one thing I do like.
I love it. What's your favorite food?
Favorite food. Right now I'm really into tacos. That's
I
my
love it.
favorite food as of right now. Yeah.
It's not like my wife. We've been married 17 years, and it's been her favorite. She got taco everything, taco napkin holders and pajamas and shower curtains. Everything's tacos, right? So yeah, I get it. I love Mexican food too as well. It's hilarious. I'd be honest with you. I like Thai food, Indian food, Mediterranean food.
Oh yeah.
Um, I like all kinds of food. So let me ask you this: PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
What's in the
PlayStation.
console right now?
Console right now. I have the PS5 right now.
No, I'm saying what's in what game are you playing right now?
Oh, what game? Right now, Warzone, Call of Duty. I don't play a lot of games, but when I do, that's probably one of the main games I play. That or Rocket League, but I do play a lot of the MotoGP games too. MotoGP 25. I play that game a
Yeah,
lot.
I I play ride. I'm almost done with Ride 5. I got
Hmm.
all the rides. They're absolutely amazing. It's like Gran Turismo for motorcycles, right? They got all the American, well, a lot of the American tracks. I like Assassin's Creed. I'm almost done with Shadows, waiting on Black Flag to come out. But dude, I just don't really have a whole lot of time to sit down and play video games, right? The podcast is full time. I work full time. I'm a husband. I'm a dad. I have dogs, and I ride, and
Yeah,
announce, and it's like all these things I'm juggling, but it's an absolutely proper mega journey, right? And one thing too is Colton, you'll find that I mean you already know this, right? So you fall in love with motorcycles at a young age, but you don't realize the beautiful people you meet in this beautiful circus along this journey you're gonna have, right? It's absolutely amazing. It's so unique. There's so many people. Our sport is literally like this big out of all the sports in the world, right? And there's so many
yeah,
people that want to do it. You're one of the very few that actually get to do it,
yeah.
bro. That is absolutely amazing. It really is. So, with all this being said, let me ask you this: do you have a fallback plan, like a career, like maybe I want to be an architect or something like that?
Fallback plan. As of right now, my dad owns a low voltage company, so he installs like cameras and stuff like that. He does like wiring through conduct. So, if racing doesn't work out, I'd definitely try and go work for him, and if I can, take over the family business. But yeah, as of right now, that's the family plan or fallback plan. Um, even with racing, I'm still gonna try and work with him as much as I can when I'm not gone or training or anything like that. So I'd work with him as much as I can. Like even the summer, I'm working with him.
Yeah, I think that it's important. just to have at least think about having a fallback plan, right? I'm not saying it's not going to work out, right?
Yeah.
But it's good to have, think about, hey, if this don't work out, I just need to keep it real with myself, right? It's funny because I ask a lot of, I consider you a future legend of the sport, right? Just like all the other future legends of the sport that I talk to, and it's some of them are like, no, absolutely not. This is it. This is the end all be all to everything, right? And some of them are like, yeah, absolutely. I want to be a lawyer or a dentist. I don't know why you'd want to be a dentist, but okay. But yeah, that's cool. Let me ask you this: if Colton had one superpower, what's the one superpower you would have?
One superpower. If I had one superpower, I think I'd like to fly. You know, plane tickets can get a little expensive, so being able to fly, to every round would be pretty cool. And
It would be.
walking distance stuff would be way quicker. Everything would be way easier to get to. It wouldn't take as long. I think flying would be it.
Flying would, yeah. So like Superman, right? Fly wherever you go. I used to say that same exact answer. And then I really thought about it. I'd like to teleport instead. I'd rather teleport, right? Yeah, flying's cool because you get to, but teleport, I'd be like, Colton, I'm gonna be in your living room 2 seconds. Boom, there I am. We're gonna do this podcast, and I'm going, oh, boom, there I am, right? Like, yeah, teleport. Flying would be super cool though, too, as well, right? So, have you ever been skydiving or ever wanted to go skydiving?
You know, I always have wanted to. I think that's like a bucket list thing for me. But as of right now, I haven't been. So I definitely I do want to do that eventually. I think it'd be cool at least just once to see what it feels like.
Dude, listen, I that's how I overcome my fear of heights. I wouldn't climb a tree. I wouldn't get on the roof of a house. I'm like, nope, not doing it. Not gonna happen, Captain. Right. So when I moved to Phoenix, I told two of my best friends from high school, which I'm still friends with to this day. I was like, if you guys actually come and see me, we'll go skydiving. I was there like maybe 4 or 5 months. My dad calls me. He's like, hey, Richard and Dave are coming to see you. I already booked the flights. They're going to be there for 2 weeks. And I dropped the phone. And my dad's like, are you there? And I was like, so I got super nervous. I was like, well, I told them if they actually come out, I got to go skydive. My dad just laughed, right? Said, have fun with that because he knew I was scared of heights and hung up the phone. And I was like, uh-oh. It just got real, if you know what I mean, right? So anyway, long story short, they show up. We have a great time. We booked it. We go out there. A skydive marina in Phoenix, Arizona. It was 11,500 feet. We did it tandem. I remember showing up, Colton. We show up to this place, dude. It was a 10-minute video. Half of it was like not going well for people, right? The other half was everybody having fun. Then we get in this circle and they're like, all right, who's up? We're all talking trash. Yeah, I'm going to go first. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Of course, I'm scared out of my mind. So I'm talking trash too. No, I'm going to go first. All this. We get up in there. He's like, who's up first? Dude, you can hear a pin drop. Nobody nothing, right? One of my buddies, he was in the Marines, so he's like, I'll go first, hoorah. And I was like, well, I'll go second. So I remember we're watching. Anyway, he comes down laughing, blah, blah, blah. I get in this plane, bro. There's a gap in the door, right? And there's only one seat in this plane, and that is the pilot. In my back, like when I'm sitting in my chair, and the pilot's right here, and the window's here, and he's flying. And the dude that I'm jumping with, he is at the tail, asleep with his eyes closed, and his feet are right here, and I got a seatbelt across almost my knees, right? And I am, dude, you talking about nervous, bro? Like I felt like puking. I was like, I can't do this. I can't, mental, right? I can't do this. I can't believe I'm doing this. And about halfway up, and I'm just staring outside. I grab the dude's foot and I shake it. And I'm like, bro, like you are freaking me out. You're not saying nothing. He looks at me. This is the only thing he says to me. Dude, he says, I'll never forget it. He says, you're jumping, and that's the only way out of this plane. And he lays his head back and he closes his eyes. And I was like, what is going on? What am I doing up here? We're finally at altitude. Pilot says, okay, we're at altitude. I crawl up on my knees. I grab the dashboard, right? I look over to my left. All I see is white teeth on the pilot because he sees the fear in my eyes, and he's got this biggest smile on his face, right? He opens up the door. There's a small little platform, and they tell you there's a little platform. They're going to open the door. It's like a little car handle, like literally like a car handle inside of a car. You grab that, put your right foot out. They don't tell you by the time you do that, you're 3/4 out of the airplane already, dude. And the dude's got you strapped in the back, and you're just like, whoa. Anyway, dude, I let go. It was the most amazing experience I've ever done. I absolutely highly recommend it to anybody. That's how I overcome my fear of heights. Do I still get nervous? Yeah, I do. But every time I get on something, I'm like, I jumped out of 11,500 feet. I can do 20 feet up off the ground, right? No problem. So, yes, highly recommend it, bro. You should do it. You should do it. What else is on your bucket list? One big thing on my bucket list, Colton, is the Isle of Man TT. It is my favorite race in the entire universe. I think it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my entire life is the Isle of Man TT. So that's on my bucket list. My other one was going to BSB, which I went to in 23. Cadwell Park. If you haven't watched Cadwell Park, bro, when we get done with this, when you got time later, Cadwell Park YouTube, you're going to be like, whoa, what is this? They have a mountain jump where riders, when some of the motocross guys that ride, like Josh Brooks and them, dude, the rear tire is literally like 4 and 5 feet in the air off of this jump. It is insane.
Dang. Yeah, I might have to check that out.
So bucket list. What else is on your bucket list?
We got skydiving, deep sea fishing. That I would consider that on a bucket list. What else do we got? I think I don't got much,
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. I don't have too many things I'm kind of set towards or something I want to do before I die. But as of right now, those are the two we got.
Well, listen, man, absolutely do it, man. 110%. Go out there and do it and have fun, man. Well, listen, Colton, this has been an absolutely such an honor to have you on. I appreciate it so much. We're almost an hour into this podcast. I told you it was going to go by quick, man. Thank you so much for coming on here. I'm going to let you end the podcast as I always let all my friends in the podcast. But first, I got to give all my shout outs. First thing I want to say is thank you to everybody that tuned in and that watched this podcast. If you guys had not yet, please hit that like and subscribe, all the ding dong TikToks, all that good stuff that goes along with it. Big shout out to Colton Shafer. Thank you so much for coming on here, because if it wasn't for you and everybody that watches this and comes on, I would not be here doing this. So it's nothing but love to each and every single one of you. Big shout out to Colton Shafer's family for raising Colton and him being out there on 2 wheels. Thank you so much. Otherwise, we would be sitting here. That's one thing I'm big in is grassroots racing is, father and son, father and daughter, because that's where it stems from, right? Which brings me to the point, I'd love to get your dad on this podcast too as well. That seriously, that's one thing I love to do is get the son or the daughter on, then turn around and get the dad on, because it's important to get their story out, how they got into it, which translated into how you got into it. So basically, you told your story, he'll tell his story, right? It's the same but a different story, but at the end of the journey, at that particular time and standpoint in our life, it's a complete book of his journey, your journey on the beautiful 2 wheels of how it come to be. So, yeah. Big shout out to Kabuto helmets. They're one of my new sponsors. They are FIM homologated. They are the only FIM homologated with a MIPS system built into the helmet. It's not actually built into the shell. It's actually built into the liner of the helmet. They are the only ones that have this patented. Everybody's got the emergency pull-out system, the red tab here. You go to yank it. If you ever try to yank one of those out, it's pretty difficult to yank one of those out, right? So Kabuto made this patent design where this thing zips, right? So if in the unfortunate case, you just unzip this, pull this little thing right here, you just barely tug it, the thing will just pop right out. And what that does when you pull these out, the whole inside collapses, so you can pull the helmet out with the least head movement, right? There is. It is a true race fit helmet. The vents are absolutely amazing. Anyway, if you want to try one for yourself, go to KabutoAmericas.com. This is the F17 GP helmet, so it is the FIM homologated, their top of the line helmet. It's one of my favorite helmets. It's actually Colton. I mean, you could probably contest to this. I've had many helmets. Arai helmets. Obviously, you see my Doug Chandler helmet. I got AGV, Rossi. I got HJC. FIM. When you go put on a helmet, sometimes we're like you'll feel the top of it here, but you won't feel nothing here. You'll feel it here, but you don't feel it here. It's the only helmet I ever pulled straight out the box. I feel the whole thing around the circumference of my head, which was kind of an odd, weird feeling. Right. But anyway, I love it. If you guys want to check it out, KabutoAmericas.com. If you're at a Moto America event, I'm not sure if they're going to be out there at the Ridge or Laguna. They might be. Go to the fan zone. Tell Scott I said hello. Tell him I sent you. Put your hands on one. Try it on. Take one home. Try it out for yourself. Trust me, you will fall in love with it. Colton, one thing I tell everybody, and I'm a big advocate for, is a proper fitting custom race leather suit, right? The off the rack suits, yeah, for 95% of us, it don't fit us correctly, right? Let's just be honest. Everybody's size, shapes is completely different. Do yourself a favor. If you have an off-rack suit, give it to a buddy that may be getting into track days that don't have one, donate it to them, make a backpack, a purse, give it to a loved one, right? Get yourself a full, proper custom suit. It is a night and day difference. I'm sponsored by AGV Sports Group, Kamani USA. Absolutely amazing suits. We are FIM homologated. We are AAA certified. The point being, as I'm trying to make, it's 2026. Get yourself a full custom suit. There's many people out there that make them. Trust me, it is an absolute game changer. Same thing, Colton, is your undersuit. Yeah. Get you a proper motorcycle undersuit. It is not the same as the Under Armour, the Nike undersuit you buy at Dick's. It is not the same at all, right? My recommendation, I got 2 friends in the industry that make the best undersuits in the world. The first one is 64degreeracing.com. I love my man Tate. I got 2 custom undersuits from him. They're absolute. I love them so much. I wear them in the winter. When it's cold outside, instead of throwing on the Nike Under Armour, I'm 64 degrees, baby. Let's go. It's absolutely amazing. The next one is Aliki, venomsport.com. You're not going to go wrong by order from either one of them. Again, do yourself a favor. Get you a proper fitted leather suit and get that undersuit too. But it's a world of a difference. Big shout out to K-Tech Suspension. If you're not on K-Tech, I don't know what you're racing on. SFL Mini GP, whether you're in Jersey or South Florida, it's absolutely an amazing program. That's where a lot of the legends of the sports are coming out of, right? You got Avery Dreyer, Ella Dreyer, Brandon Posh, Anthony Montiato. I mean, Isaac Woodworth, the list goes on and on. It's so Colton, this program in Florida and Jersey, basically, if you're 70 years old, you're 23 years old, you got a wife, you got a daughter, you got a son, you yourself, you're looking to get into riding, basically you go to sflmini.com, you register, you sign up. All you do is show up. You don't have to have a bike, leathers, boots, gloves. They provide everything. So all you do is register and show up. It's absolutely amazing, right? So if anybody's interested, SFL Mini, GP, let's go, right? Big shout out to, man, my longest sponsorship of the podcast since I've started was the Clothing Kings. Big shout out to you guys out there in the UK. You guys can go to clothingkings.co.uk and get all your Pin to Gas podcast merch. Everybody's always asking me where I get my soft shell jacket at. The Clothing Kings. That's exactly where I got it from. I ordered it from them and they shipped it overseas. It's, yeah, absolutely amazing. I got 3 friends that make graphics in the industries too, whether you want your helmet wrapped, your bike wrapped, your car wrapped, whatever it is you want wrapped, right? First one is GRG Designs, Gus Rodeo. You see the hat right here in the background. Everybody knows Gus Rodeo, Twins Cup, right? Super Sport. Let's go, man. Junkyard Dog, right? His dad, Kevin, dude, they literally bought that bike at a junkyard and fixed it up and put it on the box in Moto America, bro. The dude, let's go, right? So big shout out to him. Dripping Wet by Chris Grizel makes them too. Also, big shout out to Reese Brody from REB Graphics. He actually sent me some I got some new Pin to Gas podcast stickers from Reese. So thank you so much, Reese. You are absolutely amazing. Which, Colton, when we get done, send me your address so I can stick some of these stickers in the mail for you and Doug for sure. Yeah, listen, that's one thing. Big shout out to all the corner marshal workers. Thank you so much, because if it wasn't for all the corner marshal workers, man, listen, Colton wouldn't be out there racing. I wouldn't be out there having fun doing my media stuff. So thank you so much. If anybody's interested in being the corner marshal workers, we are looking for them at Azure. We're also looking for them in Moto America. Please get in touch with me. I'm easy to get in touch with, and I'll put you in the people you need to be in direct contact with, and you can go out there and have the best seat in the house. Seriously, corner marshal workers are the best seat in the house, period, bar none, right? Yeah, it's cool to be on the grid and say hi to Colton and give him a high five before he goes out there. But, dude, when you're on a corner marshal worker station, you're right there, right? It's absolutely the best seat in the house. But yeah, that's all I got. Colton, tell everybody where they can find you on social media. Do you have any merch for sale? Give all your sponsors a shout out, all that good stuff.
Yeah, we're making shirts and hats, I think, and sweaters. Me and Doug Chandler are, so we'll have those up for sale soon. Instagram, Colt45 Racing, search it up, I'll pop up, I'm sure. Same with Facebook. Yeah, I'd like to thank the DC10 team, Motion Pro, Fresno Roofing, Scott. He's a big help with my racing. Helmet House, Vortex, they help me out a lot too. And yeah, I think that's about it. I just thank you all. I mean, y'all make my racing possible. Mom and dad, for putting up with me for almost 16 years now and supporting me in my journey. They're definitely a big help. And yeah, thank you guys.
Thanks, Mom and Dad. Seriously, thank you. Yeah, and thank you too, Doug, for taking Colton underneath your wing and yeah, making him the superstar he already is. So, yeah, listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute honor to sit down with Colton Shafer. This episode, Colton, will be out here in a little while. Give me about 2 hours. It'll be out on Spotify, iHeartRadio. I'll send you all the direct links and all that good stuff. Just stay on with me for a brief second when I end this podcast. I just want to say thank you again for everybody tuning in. And, yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Colton, is there anything you want to say before I end this show?
Thank you for tuning in. I'm sure I'll see you guys soon.
Absolutely. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there in the Moto America event, Talent Cup's there, make sure you stop by DC10, give Colton a high five, get that picture, get that autograph. He's got the merch for sale. Grab that hat, grab that t-shirt, grab that sweatshirt. It's very important to support those that support you, support the industry that you love. It's very important. So thank you, and we will see you soon.
Calling all two-wheel enthusiasts, get ready to rev up your earbuds with Pin the Gas Podcast, the ultimate motorcycle racing podcast, hosted by Chris Simcoe, one of our very own excellent leaders here in Roanoke, Virginia. With expert analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive writer interviews, Pin the Gas Podcast delivers the adrenaline rush of the racetrack straight to your ears. Whether you're a diehard fan or a curious newcomer, you'll gain insights that will transform how you watch and understand motorcycle racing. On your favorite podcast app, join Simcoe as he takes you on a high-speed journey through the world of motorcycle racing. Pin the Gas Podcast.
So would you think